Thank you to our patrons for helping make this podcast possible.
Oh, we're not supposed to say that word.
Yeah,
Welcome back to Void.
Let's run that back. Run that back.
All right, let's do this. Hey, what's up? Oh, it's Rav and
You're doing great.
Come on.
You're doing absolutely fantastic.
Hey, what's up? It's your boys Kill Bill and Rav.
Hey, friends.
Kill Bill the rapper and Rav. We're here. Welcome back to Void FM.
What's up?
Bill, how you feel today?
I'm feeling like a sucker-free boss.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that felt really weird. Shout out Pat Stay, R.I.P. Pat Stay, but it felt really weird coming out of my mouth. You know what I mean? What? What do you want?
Now you ask me how I feel.
No, we're not there yet. I wasn't done yet.
Oh, okay, my fault.
I wasn't. The floor was still mine. You know what? I'll let you have this one, though.
All right.
How are you feeling?
I don't really wanna feel. That's all. That's how I feel.
I'm so hungry.
I would like to eat a food. What's up? So, Femme Avoiders tuning in. This is your boys, Rav and Kill Bill. Wow. Holy hell. What's been up? What's going on? A couple weeks ago, dropped a new song called At a Glance. I think it's dope.
It's fire.
It seems
I quite enjoyed it. As a listener of your music, I did this to it. I was like,
it got a very warm response, you know, honestly, from a lot of people. Okay. Some people didn't like it. There was a handful of people who said they weren't really fucking with the delay. Well, they're calling it the reverb or whatever. Yeah. But you know, agree to disagree. I think that's part of the flavor. That's part of the jus, you know? You feel me on that, right? It's part of the recipe.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that was... I could understand from the perspective of people who don't like...
If people want clarity,
like,
yeah,
like who are more into like just like, oh, I want to hear this clarity. I want to hear every bar, like stuff like that. But I think like you putting the lyrics out with it like was really helpful for people. Mm-hmm. You know, that's the thing. I until like, I mean, the album we've been working on now, I guess I've like not given a fuck as much about it. Sorry, I haven't given a heck as much about it. I don't know if it's been a minute yet.
I think it's been a minute now.
But yeah, basically what I was saying was, typically speaking, I've always been like, I want people to hear what I'm saying all the time. Like that's like part of my whole thing. But I think like it works really well for you. There's like even like songs like, what was it, 1,000 Years in the Mountains? Is that the one?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like that one is like a lot of people can't. I don't know very many bars from that. I just like listening
and I
to
recorded that almost a decade ago, or about a decade ago.
Crazy.
Crazy. So yeah, I've always liked playing around with the vibe that delay gives me, and I get that for some people it's too much, that it muddies the mix. But for those that fuck with it, I think they can understand.
For sure.
Why it works. If it works for you, it works. If it doesn't, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. I like it. I'm not going to stray away from that direction anytime soon. In terms of
that's experimentation. I think that's a good thing, though. I think it's like you making artistic decisions that you like instead of like what you think people will like. Yeah, it's like a good way to not pigeonhole yourself. Like you don't want to just be doing the same thing over and over or whatever, and like. That's just how it be. I think it was really dope, though. I think it worked really well for the song.
Appreciate it, yeah. But yeah, of course, fans are always going to want sequels. People want Ramona, too. People want, whatever successful movie franchise or something happens, like, people want a sequel sometimes, right? So
for sure.
But it's because they don't know that there could be something even better lurking behind the corner. That's right. That's right. You know nothing. Are you listening?
I mean, I think it's one of those things that's like a lot of fans don't know what they want. I don't mean that in like a mean way or like, oh, I know more than you. But I think that like just as like a listener, sometimes you'll hear something and you'll be like, wow, I didn't know that. Like I wouldn't have expected this from this person, but I like it better than this thing that I like held very near and dear to my heart.
I didn't know I needed to pimp a butterfly. from
Exactly. I remember Good Kid, Mad City coming out, and I was like, yeah, dude, there's no way he's topping this one. At the time, I was like, it was just the vibe and
It was
everything,
just
and
so
then
good.
like, yeah, and then like To Pimp a Butterfly came out, and I remember like immediately being like, yo, this is like dope. And then like as we went on, at first it was like, yeah, I think it's a better album, but I like Good Kid, Mad City because of the memories more, and then it just like slowly became like, yeah, this is my favorite Kendrick album,
Yeah.
So,
and we didn't know that that's what we needed around that time. Fans didn't know they needed Death Grips until Death Grips came into their lives, etc. It's just shit like that. Anyway, sorry, little tangent, neither here nor there. We've been working a lot on music. We've been hanging out a little bit. Bill has finally stopped dodging me. We hang out like maybe 5 minutes a week, but it's nice to catch up, and just have a little.
Yeah, it's been nice. It's been nice.
Powwow.
This is actually, I've just for my own personal sake, I've like kind of made like this is an AI talking right now, so I can like just kind of chill and not have to be around Rav too much.
Yeah.
So that's good for me.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know that yet. But
I do.
Oh.
I do. I just prefer you, the AI.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. To the other guy. The other guy.
Yeah, for sure. I get it.
Piece of work.
Yeah.
He's a real. Oh man, he's a thick boba in my straw that just won't yield.
Bro, I had some milk tea the other day with a thick boba in it, but I figured it out and it was really good and it was a juicy piece of boba. You know what I mean?
Dude, I love boba so much.
I do too. It's tapioca.
Especially all the also the milky stuff like Vietnamese coffee and all that.
Yeah, I had a Thai tea, which has apparently an ungodly amount of caffeine in it.
Sick.
So that was sick. It was good. Yeah, I fucked with it.
Go.
It was good.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So here we are. Here we are. We are here. Right?
Here now. You old news.
I told you what I've been up to. I told you all what we've been up to. What have y'all been up to? Y'all got to tell us now what y'all been up to. It's crazy. We just keep leaking information on ourselves, just putting ourselves out there, making ourselves incredibly vulnerable. So please give us your social security numbers or something.
In the comments below, drop your social security number right now.
Or tell us what you've been up to.
Yeah.
This week, this past week, this month, whatever. Yeah. What are we doing today, Bill? I'm really stoked.
Oh, man. I've got it all planned out.
Let's go. Yeah. What is it?
We're going to talk.
Okay, that's new.
With each other in a recorded environment. Spearheaded by Mitch. Words are going to be said. Then at the end of it, we put it out. What do you think?
It's a nice plan of action. But what are we going to talk about?
Oh man, well see I kind of came up with all that part and I was thinking that you had
you came up with that other part?
Yeah, the other part was kind of like my idea.
That's your thing? Yeah.
Yeah, cuz like how else are people going to hear it,
That's true, yeah. I had never considered.
You just described what we do every week.
No, this is different.
How?
Well, it's like I said it and it's happening. So like inherently it's kind of different. It's like, it's my idea this time.
I think we should breathe and blink occasionally.
Okay. I was with you up until blinking.
And yet, look at you, hypocrite. Just saw you blinking.
Oh, I did that on purpose. I said it. Anytime I say the word blinking, I have to blink.
We got fucking A blinking over here.
That's good, man. That's good.
Yeah, we got a little blink 169 over here,
That's me. What are we talking about? What are we doing? I don't know what we're doing. I don't know how we're going to do things. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have injuries that you've talked about or haven't talked about rather on this podcast?
Do I have injuries?
Yeah.
Like currently or like?
Yeah. Are
you planning on having any?
No, but you know what I mean. Just do you have any stories pertaining to injuries?
I mean, well, hold on. Let me think. I cracked my neck the other day in a way that felt a little scary.
I didn't mean recent necessarily. I just meant in your life.
I mean, I've talked about
the cracking
my leg.
your neck. Cause did you talk about your leg on this podcast?
I don't know.
I don't think you have.
Okay. Let's do that. Let's dredge up some old.
Let's talk about some past wounds. You talk about some. I talk about some. Yeah.
Yeah, some nice traumatic experiences here.
That sounds beautiful. You are now tuning into Void FM. All right, Bill, let's hear it. I mean, a lot of people are familiar with this story, I'm sure, but to those that are not familiar with it, could you bring them up to speed? What had happened with
basically what happened, I have a new motto. I say a motto since 2020. I don't wear flip-flops anymore. Not to say that I wore them like a lot, but just I wouldn't feel like putting on shoes, so I would just put on like a pair of rainbows and see where it goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so basically, my parents had just moved in to my grandma's old house. She had just died. And so she was disabled because she had a stroke. So they had a wheelchair ramp like put in. And I went over there to be like, I think I was going to go get like my Xbox or no, it wasn't even that. It was like fucking like I just got sheets for a new bed. Like I got a new mattress and it was a different size. And so it was like new sheets and they got delivered there to my parents' house, which was like kind of near where I lived. Yeah. So I walked up the stair. It wasn't even stairs. It was like just a ramp and I was wearing flip-flops and it was raining, but they had a carport. But I didn't notice that the carport was leaking at the bottom of the stairs. Sorry, the ramp. So the ramp was kind of like the same material that you see inside of truck beds, like that kind of rough, but gets slippery when it's wet material. And so like, as I'm going down the ramp, I have a bunch of things in my hands and I'm not looking down and there's like a really small puddle of water. And so like the carport is like this. It's like I'm walking here and then like right over here, there's like a little brick. It's not like a wall. It's just like raised up brick area that's like stops like maybe it's shin height,
Yeah.
Just before the knee. And so I slip and I do like a rock star slide and oh God, I get like chills thinking about it every time. My leg like lands and I full weight onto my leg and my leg just goes like this. It was the grossest noise you could possibly think of. Like think of a bone snap, but like heavy. And I felt it and I immediately was like, oh shit, I broke my leg. And I'd never broken anything before or after. I think I broke my toe once. You know what I mean? And I looked down and my leg was like this. And I was like, oh fuck. And immediately I was like,
by the way, I put it in the chat, Mitch, if you want to pull up his broken leg. Bill, you okay with us sharing it? It was on your Twitter, so I figured you'd be
for sure.
I was thinking about this picture and how I didn't want to look at it, but I'll look at it. Okay, hold on.
Trigger.
Pull it up
trigger
and close your
warning.
eyes.
Trigger warning for those watching this.
Okay, so let's do a little. I'm going to explain some things in this image. Okay, so as you can see,
He's in his room.
Yeah, this is my room. No, okay. So this dystopian hellscape, I don't think I ever got to talk about this, but the dystopian hellscape you see behind this is actually they were getting carpet removed from that house. It was hardwood floor, and that's like the underneath the carpet, and then we put it all under a carport, right? And so there's like a whole bunch of stuff that we were like getting rid of at that time. Okay,
Because otherwise it looks like a meth head layer.
This is outside, and this is like just carpet that we had picked up like underneath the carpet, right? So if you're looking, just for clarification, my foot is like, okay, it's not like straight up like my leg isn't this way. My leg is vertical, okay, ish. It's kind of turned, but you can see my foot is not, the ankle's not quite where it's supposed to be.
Where is the knee?
The knee is, if I'm correct,
is it out of shot?
It's out of shot, but it would have been like if I were to point the camera down, my knee would have been there.
Okay, so it's out of shot. So for those looking at it and thinking, is this some weird perspective? That thing that looks like his knee is his ankle.
Yes. That is my ankle. Yes. Yeah. So what happened was, and you can see my foot's all fucked up because that was like where it hit it scraped really hard.
Yeah, it's like,
oh my God, it hurts so bad.
I can only imagine. Jesus.
Yeah. So basically I'm chilling there. At this point, they kind of moved me a little bit. Like I moved without touching my leg, but immediately, like I just started yelling because my mom was indoors, and I was like trying to figure out how to text or call my mom, but like my hands were just like this. Like I was so adrenalined up, like I was in shock. And I was like, this is the thing that's like fucked up, right? This is the wonderful part about living in America. The first thought that I had wasn't like, holy shit, like, is my leg gonna be okay? I was just mad because I was like, I'm gonna have to pay a whole bunch of money. I'm gonna have to fucking do this thing, do that thing, do this. Like, I was just like, not gonna be able to work, like all this other stuff. Like, that was my first thought, was like, I was just mad.
That's so fucking crazy.
And then like I'm yelling for my mom, and this is the part that kind of fucks with me still, is like that yelling at the top of my lungs for like 3 minutes, like before she heard me. And she luckily heard me because like my dad was watching TV like loud, and she was like, was that something? And he was like, no, I think it was on the TV. And then I kept yelling, and she turned it down, and she came out there and like got me. Yeah. And so called the ambulance, and I told her when she came out, like I was so worried. Like when she came out, my mom was like, are you okay? And I was like, no, she couldn't see my leg. And I was just like, no, I think I broke my leg. And she was like, how do you know? And I was just like,
I don't know. I hinge.
And I was like,
a gut feeling.
Don't freak out. I'm okay. But look at it. And then she looks and she just goes like, oh my God. You know? Yeah. So
by the way, we never really talked about the scrape, like the skin and flesh that just got scraped off when you fell. Did that hurt?
Yeah, but not nearly as bad as the ankle. Like that was like
the ankle hurt so much that none of the other ones were like.
It felt like there. If that was like if I was cooking a meal, that's the salt on top.
Yeah. Oh, you know what you could pull up if you want later on? I also have a second photo I posted. That's the tweet I posted in response to Bill's tweet about his broken leg, where I try to fix it for him.
That was good, Rav. You did good.
I try to make you feel like, wow, actually things are okay. But even here, you can tell that that's not what an ankle is supposed to look like.
Yeah, for sure. So basically what happened is I broke my leg in 2 places, and I dislocated my ankle. So like the dislocated ankle part is why it looks fucked up. Like the actual break was not that bad to look at. The ankle was way worse. So basically it was whatever, I can't remember which one it is, but the ones that's like underneath the knee, like I broke those all in the shin, basically. Yeah. I did like a hairline fracture on one and then like a bad fracture on the other one. And they were like, okay, I'm sitting there talking to the dude. By the way, so the ambulance gets there. My mom and dad are like, just like talking me through it. They're just like, it's going to be okay. And I'm just like, no, it's not. I was just mad. I was like, no, it's not. Look at it. You know what I mean? And so then like we get in there and then the guy is sitting there talking to me. And the dude, he used to be in the military and he was just like, yeah, I've seen a whole bunch of messed up stuff all the time. Like this isn't anything new. You're going to be okay. And then I was just like, I remember having like a cut the shit moment with him. Like I was just kind of like, hey, how bad is it going to suck when they set this thing? And he was like, it's going to be terrible. And I was like, okay, good. You're honest with me. Good. He's like, yeah, he's like, but hopefully you'll be like so drugged up that you won't remember it and you'll be all right. You know, I remember I came in and to the hospital, they gave me something to kind of calm me down, but it wasn't like a painkiller. And like, I was starting to slowly like get feeling back. And it was like, how would I describe it? It like felt like, okay, you know that feeling when you like scrape your knee? Mm-hmm. Imagine that feeling like penetrating your entire ankle. Mm-hmm. Like it just felt like a stinging thing. Yeah. And then there was like a deep ache underneath that. That deep ache was like enough to where it like made me feel a little bit like nauseous, you know?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and because it just didn't feel like natural. Like it was like, of course it wasn't, you know? And so my mom is like trying to keep me just like calm and stuff. And she's like, why don't you pull up one of those like YouTube videos you watch, right?
One of those YouTube videos you watch.
Yeah, I know. It sounds like I'm an iPad kid or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got games on your iPad, Mom?
It's so funny because I was like sitting there just like, I'm still shaking. Like it didn't go away, you know? Yeah. And I'm like trying to navigate YouTube. And I saw it was like a Game Grumps compilation, and it's like them talking about life stories, but it's like while they're playing Wind Waker.
Oh yeah, great, lots of great stuff. From
awesome little series there.
Yeah,
and I was just like, yes. They'll get, you know what? I never told Aaron that. And I met Aaron. I feel like I should have told him that. But like, hey, when I broke my leg, you kept me sane. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But, and so I'm watching it. And then the dude comes in and then he's like, we're going to give you fentanyl. And I was like, bet. And I was like,
recreationally?
He was like, we're going to give you fentanyl. And I was like, let's go, Papa, like mess me up. And he told me, he's like, this is gonna suck. And I'm like, yeah. And then I told him, I was just like, I kind of pulled him in close. He gave me something and he was like, can you feel this? And I was like, yes, very much. Yeah. And then I pulled him in. I was just like, Doc, like, I'm a big guy. I've done a lot of drugs in my day. Like,
load me up.
Just, I told him, I said this verbatim. I remember I said, just fuck me up.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, he just goes like, understood.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And so then like he gives it to me and I totally get fentanyl, by the way. Like as soon as I felt it, it was like a watt, like when he really laid it on, it was like the max dose for like, you know, whatever.
So what's the rating you give, by the way?
Like just as an experience of the drug?
Yeah.
I mean, if it was good enough to make me feel okay with them like cracking my ankle, it's probably pretty good. I don't remember a lot of it because, and he told me too, he was like, I said like, hey, this still hurts when he goes to do it. Like, is it supposed to like really help? He just goes like, you're not going to remember most of this. And that's all that matters is how he put it.
Okay.
And I was just like, okay, you know, and I do, but it feels like as I've gotten older, it's like spottier. You know, so he goes to do it and it's just like, it didn't feel as bad as I thought it would. It's just gross, dude. Yeah. It's like feeling your bones like clunk, like doing those numbers. Yeah. It's like, and you can feel like I remember like feeling it up to my knee, like that kind of feeling, like that kind of like vibration.
Yeah.
And so then they did that. They put me in a cast and then they had to do surgery on me. They put like, it's like 2 metal rods in my shins. Or in my shin, sorry. And then there's like a screw in my ankle. And it's kind of crazy because like the rods you can't feel, but the screw like on the right side of my ankle, if from my perspective.
Yeah.
Like you can straight up like feel metal, like if you touch it. Which I mean, it doesn't feel that different from bone, but like when you touch a bone and then you touch the metal, you're like, oh, like
is it still
that's some
there?
other shit. Yeah.
So that means you can never get an MRI?
I don't know. They never told me.
Probably, right?
I don't know.
I'd be a huge magnet. It would rip it from your leg.
Not a big dealie.
It would rip it from straight through your leg. That would be painful.
I would just say, hey, dude, what's the biggie dealie?
You're sitting there, you're in the MRI machine. They're like, please don't move.
Honestly,
like,
dude, I will
move.
say it's funny because like they told me, they were like, hey, yeah, man, like you're a big guy too. They were like, even if you like lost weight, like you're gonna have like terrible arthritis in that ankle. And I was just kind of like, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, you know? And, but it's so funny because you say like, oh, it would rip out, like, because my ankle always feels stiff and it feels like it needs to be cracked, like constantly. Right. And so like, when you said that, I was like, yes.
You need to go crack it at an MRI machine.
Yeah. Like, please, I need an MRI now, stat. Like, why do you have this big scar on your leg? I don't know.
Bro, Magneto would fuck your ass up. He would lift you by one leg.
Yeah, I'd be like,
whoa, you'd be dangling.
I'd be like Wolverine, but just in my ankle and shit.
But just the ankle, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, no. But yeah, constantly. Even down in my foot, I can feel it radiating into my foot. Like I always feel like I have like a stiff ass foot, or like it needs to be like massaged constantly. You know what I mean?
Do you have like, what are the long-term things that you've had to deal with? And like over time, how have things improved or perhaps not improved?
I mean, it's fine. Like I can like run. It just hurts if I run for too long. You know what I mean? Like, it was like for a year and a half, I like could not, like I started jogging and I would like jog for like 10 minutes and then like immediately be like, no, fuck this.
Sitting was a problem too for too long, right? It would like slow.
Yeah. Well, yeah, still to this day, that's a thing. Like they told me that's just some shit I'm going to have to like live with. Mm-hmm. Like if I sit for, I'm not supposed to sit for too long because it could cause blood clots. Okay. But like, especially like in flights, like long flights, I have to like stand up every once in a while. But like if I like leave my foot sitting for too long, like it'll swell. Not like terrible, but like if you leave it long enough, it would. You know?
You should get yourself that desk that you can like lift and drop down. I had one. I'm gonna get it again. Dude, those shits are amazing. So for instance, when I streamed, more than half the time that I'd be streaming, I would be doing it standing up. And it felt so much better. It was way better for my back.
For sure.
It was way better for my legs. I think you should do that, man. Because like you and I are naturally people who are going to be in front of our computers a lot. Yeah. So I think there's two things we need to do. A, we need to get the best chairs we can for ourselves. Whatever, like the best, most appropriate Herman Miller for us that we can get. Because it's a long-term investment. It's like our backs, our spines, right? And we're going to be sitting most of our careers. And then the other thing is a desk that we can lift up and down. I think that can vastly improve our...
For sure. I need to get one of those because like the idea of being able to stand and do stuff is nice. Because like a lot of times too is like I'll do this thing and I don't know if this is just like an ADHD thing or what, but like anytime I make music, I'll make it. And then I feel like the second aspect of it is me like just playing it on my speakers and just pacing.
Yeah, everyone does that.
I feel like if I could just like circumvent the chair entirely, that'd be kind of sick.
100%. You know? Yeah, 100%. When you're producing standing up, it's so much more like you could just play, walk around while the music is playing, come back, play a little more, walk. I pace all the time. I found out that visual artists pace all the time. They'll start drawing a little bit and then immediately start like looking at it, refreshing over and over again on their phones while they pace around listening to like their favorite song at the time or whatever. So it's very similar to the kind of shit that you and I would do, you know.
For sure. One thing I've started doing is, and this helps me a lot too, and no one realizes when I'm doing it, but right now I'm engaged, right? I'm leaning forward. I'm talking into the mic and stuff. But when I'm streaming, at the end of the stream, I always do this number where I like, and you can't tell, but I have like a box full of like stuff from when I moved, and I just put my feet up on it, and it feels really nice.
Oh, that's funny. I put my feet usually up either on the table or on the computer. One of my feet right now is on the processor under the desk.
Oh, nice. Yeah, my tower is like way over here, so
Oh, okay, my tower is just underneath it, further down.
Yeah. But yeah, that was
What an
awful.
injury.
Yeah,
How long did it take
awful.
for it to heal up? Before you could,
I couldn't
walk
walk for like 3 months. I learned crutches, which by the way, crutches fucking suck, dude.
I've had crutches before too. Yeah, they suck.
Yeah,
and I'm light,
yeah.
so it's fine. But
Well,
you're big. You're a tall dude.
Yeah, my problem too with it is like I had this time. This was maybe like a month after, and I had just like gotten really good with the crutches.
Yeah.
And like one thing I hated was like I didn't want to do stairs ever.
Yes.
Like so what I would do, because I had stairs, I mean you've seen them. What I would do is they're not like tall, but like it's tall enough. And so what I would do is like literally just like crawl up them, right?
Yeah.
Like because there's no one around, so it was whatever.
Yeah.
But I remember one time like I got out of the shower and there was some water like from when I got out of the shower, and I like put weight down and it just like went like it just went, and then I put like all of my weight on my foot, and it felt like an electric shock going up like the left side of my body. Like I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, and I remember just like I yelled like super loud. Like it was like it was my Tom and Jerry moment.
Can you give us a demonstration?
Yeah,
of what
I was just like, oh yeah, enjoy, and then I just like one of those numbers. You feel me? And no, that shit sucked. I felt like it just took like a while. Like eventually, because I was wearing a boot, they never gave me like a cast. Like it was just like a boot I had to wear.
Yeah.
I guess because of the surgery, they were like, oh, yeah, I guess you don't really like. They gave me like a half cast or whatever, first before the surgery. The worst part about the surgery itself was like, one, it hurt really bad, but then they gave me. I almost got addicted to painkillers, too. But like they gave me painkillers, but like waking up out of the surgery, that shit sucked because for whatever reason my throat felt so dry. I don't know if they did something. Like if they put like a tube in you or what, but I remember feeling like my throat was like destroyed feeling. And but yeah, like I had they were giving me like the big horse pill Vicodins and the like some kind of like it was basically like it was like two things you shouldn't double up on.
Yeah.
And I didn't know. Well, I didn't know you weren't supposed to double up on them, so I was doubling up on them.
Yeah.
And they definitely felt good. There was definitely like I got to that stage of like I quit because I was like, oh, I could feel like this is gonna be a problem,
So okay, what did you learn from the whole experience? Like 3 months of being not able to walk. Did you get some sort of like new perspective on life? From like, oh shit, now I have to look at like now stairs present a different challenge, right? Now before it was just like, oh, an easy thing. Now like you're like understanding like, oh shit, for a lot of people this is an everyday struggle. And some people don't even have crutches, they're in wheelchairs, right? The world isn't like always accommodating for you and things like that. Did you get a perspective from that? Did you get perspective in terms of were people more patient with you because they saw you had crutches, were people did any observations like that? I
feel like the thing I learned, okay, well, like that, like I didn't interact with too many people because I wasn't like out and about so much. I feel like people were patient with me. I think it made me realize that like, and this is going to sound a little morbid, but I think it's like less morbid than it is, that like your situation can change like that. Like, and I know that like I was lucky because like I came out of it with like, I have a stiff ankle, and some metal in there, but like it made me feel like it was like, oh shit. Like, okay, for example, though, that did alter my life, like to this day, like in a way, like of like, even if it is just like an annoying, like, oh, my ankle kind of hurts sometimes. Like it's a thing that I'm going to have to deal with forever. I think that like, for me, it's like enjoy the fact that you can do shit if you have the ability to do shit like that, like the fact that you can like run up and down stairs and like not think twice about it, like stuff like that, but also to like be careful with your body because like mine was like kind of a freak thing. Like it wasn't like I was like doing some crazy shit.
Yeah.
So when I see people do crazy shit now, I'm always just like, man, like I know where this could end and it could be worse than what I had. And so every time I see someone doing something crazy, I'm always just like paranoid for them now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Makes sense.
It makes like watching like Jackass like a way different experience than back then, you know?
So the overall experience, score out of 10.
I will say I feel like it made me a better person in a way.
Good.
Just because it expanded my horizons of what like life could be like.
Feel free to
maybe
factor
made
that
me
in.
more empathetic. Yeah, maybe. I would give it a 4 just because a 5 would imply that I'm okay with it happening again, you know?
Right. And what about Fent? A score for Fent out of 10.
9.
9. So there you go.
Still not the highest I've ever been.
You can put pictures up of Bill with a thumbs up and smiling, and it says Fentanyl 9 out of 10 by Kill Bill the Rapper.
Yeah. You got to get
what
the
is the
clean
highest
Fent,
you've ever been?
The highest I've ever been was I don't know actually
when I passed him the za. That's what happened.
Yeah,
bro.
I feel like I've definitely had like marijuana experiences where I've been higher than how I was on Fent.
Oh, really? That's crazy.
Like not in a sense because it's different, right? Like
yeah, there's one's physical
like,
and one more like cerebral.
Yeah, like I've definitely been like feeling very out of my body on weed.
Yeah, weed, you know? Acid, like psychedelics will do that. But you're right. The other one is like the opiates. Is a lot of it is also the physical aspect being very difficult. Different.
Well,
right?
I think that there's an aspect of opiates in general with me where it just makes me like okay with things in a way that I normally wouldn't be.
No.
Which, yeah, but like even with that, it was like I was numb, but like in a very like. I was very like optimistic. I remember tweeting about like I had to delete the tweet. That's why, like, if you look on the thing, if you're looking for my leg, like the thing that it's replying to with that picture is deleted because I said something at the time was like, yeah, you know, just broke my leg, kind of want to die. And I didn't want to get my account clapped because that's the thing you can do if you say that and like someone reports you for like suicide or whatever, then you could get your account clapped on Twitter. And so I was like, okay, no, I'm not doing that.
Hey, this person wants to kill themselves. Ban them.
Well, that's for real. I think that happens. Like even saying the word suicide.
It's just a crazy thought to think about it. Hey guys, I want to come. I just need help. I haven't been feeling very good. I've been having like thoughts of killing myself. Then you get banned. It's just like for crying for help.
Hey, this guy's being a bit of a bummer. Get him out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey guys, can we ban him for trauma dumping on the TL?
Not on my x.com.
Not on my XTL. All right, go ahead.
No, definitely. I mean, that was my thing that was like, because I feel like that was part of it with the opiates at the time with me was like the Vicodin and shit. It made me feel like, although my life felt like a bit of a wreck at the time, I was like happy and like getting through it. I get why people get hooked on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would say just in terms of the highest I've ever been off of marijuana, which I think is the highest I've ever been, was I made an edible, like firecrackers. You know, when you take like Nutella or something like that, like or peanut butter, like natural peanut butter, and you put weed in it that's decarbed already, and then you put it in like a tin foil, and then it's on a graham cracker. Sorry, my bad. I should have started with that. Anyway. So I made one of those, but I put 2 grams of weed in it, which is like an absurd amount to put in one of those, you know, and my tolerance wasn't like the highest. I was smoking every day, but it was like just at night. And I ate that shit and I was high until like the next morning. And I was like very, like I almost had a panic attack. It was a lot. It was a lot of too much happening to my body type
I'm going to try to get you higher.
Okay. That sounds good.
But in a way that's chill.
I feel like edibles are kind of fucked up for me. Like, I think I'd rather smoke weed.
Yeah, I could get you high in other ways, too.
Yeah.
And then we could play a game where we, like, stick magnets onto your leg.
I wonder if that'll work.
Strong enough must be, right? If they're strong enough magnets.
I don't know, like, what the material is. I mean, I assume it's metal.
Well, it's not all metals are magnetic, but I'm assuming it's a magnetic metal.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm assuming that just because that feels like a funny thing.
I think they typically use titanium.
Is titanium magnetic, Mitch?
We're looking. He's looking.
We're searching. No, titanium is not magnetic.
Oh shit, that means you could get MRIs.
Yeah, they didn't say nothing to me about it.
That's true, then you're good. Oh man, well never mind. An MRI won't necessarily crack your
Also,
leg.
Suck it, Magneto.
Yeah, suck it, Magneto.
What about
Dumbass.
you? Like, what do you think is the worst injury you've ever had?
Oh man. I don't know because time kind of makes you forget, you know, and I'm so always in the moment. I just oftentimes forget things. But I've broken my right arm twice. I've broken multiple toes and fingers. I've broken my left arm 7 times.
Why?
Recreationally.
I feel like after the 5th time, I'd be like, okay, cool. I'm just not gonna do shit.
Like 4 or 5 of them were almost like back to back. Like as it healed kind of thing. I just made it worse.
So you just didn't learn shit.
So some of them I don't even know if they count. Let's just say a handful of times for both. And yeah, like once skateboarding when I was really young, once snowboarding, once just crawling around with my baby brother and trying to do a thing and not wanting to fall on him and kind of like just falling on my arm the wrong way and breaking it. None of my breaks have ever been like the external ones where the bone pokes out the skin and flesh. And
you have to really break it bad for that.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. Mine have been usually ranging from like small fractures to small breaks, but nothing where I didn't even need to get anything like realigned really at any point. Maybe once I had to have my arm, or a couple times I had to have my arm pulled. You know, I had my leg tendon ripped or something once.
Oh, fuck that. That's the worst.
That was bad. I thought my leg was broken, and that's when I had the crutches. I was convinced my leg was broken because by that point I've already broken my arms many a times. So I was like, this has got to be it, but it wasn't that. No, I think my worst injury. Okay, I don't know about worst, but recent injury within the last 2 years was a spider bite that I got on my head, on the forehead, from which I still have a scar from, but it's healed pretty well. But it started scarring. I got bitten by a spider when I was asleep, I guess. I'm glad it didn't bite my eye. But necrosis set in.
Hell yeah.
For like a period of a week or 2. So like my flesh was exposed and it was dying. You know, it was disgusting and it hurt. And my whole head hurt. My head hurt, especially in the back. It felt like all of my skin on the head was being pulled and it was about to rip at the seams on the very back of my head. That's the pain and pulsating. It felt like something was pulsating in my head. And in your head, you're envisioning like, what is this? The thing that's spreading through my head. And coincidentally or not coincidentally, that same week, I was feeling like shit and I was pissing blood. I was experiencing blood. I would say blood in my urine, but I think more accurately put it as urine in my blood. There was so much more blood than there was urine. It was just straight red. I've shown maybe you and Mitch some photos of also like the chunks of flesh that I was also urinating during this period.
I've seen it.
Yeah, that was the
I'm
worst.
good on it.
That sucked. That made me realize like this is what maybe these are kidney stones, or maybe this is what kidney stones feels like. But something coming out of your dick that's like that chunky and red and fleshy, and there's just so much blood and all that. And I had to crawl to the toilet and it hurt every moment, you know. That week of my head hurting and the peeing and everything. And this was like a week or 2 right after coming back from tour.
You're basically what you're saying is you're having like the best time.
It was awesome. It was really cool. I learned a lot about myself. I did learn a lot, but I remember it's funny because I was in America. I didn't go to the doctor.
You should have went to the doctor.
I should
just whatever amount of money it would have costed you, which probably wouldn't have realistically been that much money.
I thought I was dying though. To be honest, I thought I'm dying and I was so sad because of my breakup. I had moved. My head was in disarray. The tour had just ended. I was super exhausted. And I was definitely drinking a lot in the mornings and everything just to kind of get through the day.
I think that's fair.
And I think all of these things just kind of like once I started, like my body started breaking down, I was just like, oh, this is the end. I was just like, oh, this is just how I die, because everything's falling apart around me. And it only makes sense that my body falls apart as well. But then it got better. And look at me now. I ain't pissing no blood, no flesh, no bones. I ain't pissing no bones.
Yeah. I'm glad that your bloody piss and your flesh piss.
Sorry about that. This feels like a very gross ass episode.
I mean, dude, I'm saying is that it's hard to top whatever my leg was, and you kind of did it.
I don't think I did. I feel like your leg is way more painful. I mean,
I don't know about that one, buddy.
I don't know. I feel like it's two different kinds of pain. I feel like I know what it's like to give birth to a baby, right? Through my penis.
Yeah, I think that's worse than
so
what I'm telling you like this.
Baby, like abortion.
I'm telling you like this. Let me tell you like this. I would go through the exact circumstances that I went through 3 times before anything I piss flesh. Like whatever you're talking about is some bullshit. Like that is worse than whatever dude, take my leg. Just take it. I'm good. Dude, I'll figure it out.
I have this theory. This is a friend theory, I guess, because I'm not your fan. I'm a friend of yours, more than a fan, right?
Yeah.
So friend theory, and I'm interested to see if our audience will entertain me on this. I have a feeling you will lose your leg before you're dead, right?
I don't want. What the fuck?
Bro, what?
Go on. How am I gonna lose it?
Fine. You don't want to go there? Fine. Let's move on.
No. Cat's out of the bag now. I'm losing a leg. What's going on?
What do you mean? What's going on? I don't care.
Wait, which leg am I losing? Which leg am I losing?
The broken one.
Thank fuck.
You're losing the titanium leg, right? And you're gonna have and because time has passed, we already have incredible prosthetics, right? We're already on the cusp where soon prosthetics are gonna be better than actual arms and legs. They'll be able to do more things, withstand more things, while it's also connected to your nervous system, so it feels just like your leg. And I'm sure we'll be able to even install things to allow yourself to itch yourself and feel it and everything.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, what kind of prosthetic should people design? I'm just curious to see if you're an artist or you dabble with drawing, maybe draw various variations of Bill with a peg leg. I know that we originally talked about a wooden one that's not even treated, like a pirate peg leg that it eventually gets consumed by mites. Yeah, termites, and then it falls apart, and there's you fall in it, you're and there's fungus in there that gets exploded. The pores cover the air. You're you're choking on it, right? Well, it's rolling in the piss. I don't know, because you fell so hard you pissed yourself. You're you can't breathe. You're choking.
This is how I want to go, by the way. This is fully how I want to go. This is,
or we could give you a different prosthetic leg to sort of avoid this kind of outcome.
I want something that makes a boing noise every time I walk.
Dude, a spring for a leg?
That's it, dude. A spring for a leg.
Better. Slinky.
Oh, it doesn't even support my weight.
It does. It does.
Really? Going down the stairs is crazy for me.
It does. It does.
I just fall down the stairs every time I go down the stairs.
Yeah. Look, when you're standing on your legs, the slinky leg, when it's fully compressed, it's full size of the other leg. It looks like you're standing equally. But when you walk on the stairs, as soon as your leg moves forward, your leg starts to expand because the slinky starts to unfold, right?
This is fair. Fair.
Yeah. But it could also save you in certain situations. Like
a very specific situation.
Falling off a cliff. You're more likely to get stuck on a branch, with your
that's smart.
Slinky ass leg.
Do you want to know how? Hold on. This is. I'm not derailing. Okay, we're talking about my slinky leg. You know how fucking brain broken I am now. As soon as you said falling off a cliff, I was like, let's play Fortnite.
Yo, let's play Fortnite. Let's do that for the paywall portion.
Yeah, let's do it for the paywall for sure.
All right, yeah. For those that don't know, we have a
I got
Patreon.
so like I had like a Pavlovian like Fortnite where
where we dropping? All right.
Okay,
so
yeah, sorry.
For those that don't know,
Yeah.
no, this is a great pivot. We have a Patreon. A behind the scenes portion where every week we do an extra episode and we do different stuff. Last week or a couple of weeks ago we covered the Drake and Kendrick beef, adding 2 additional hours to the 1 hour that was uploaded to YouTube. We also upload other things, occasional beats, freaky photos, all that. So if you want to see us this week, for instance, play Fortnite, well, all you got to do is give us $5 on our Patreon.
Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. $5.
$5. No less. Not 4. That don't work. Not 6, unless you're Canadian. But yeah. Just wanted to mention that. Just to mention that. Just to throw that out there, But yes, back to your slinky leg. So there would be problems.
Okay.
So like on a train, when you get on a train, they tell you mind the gap. You'd have to be super careful. You'd probably
really
have to have a
mind that
belt
gap.
system of some sort where you're walking around the city. You usually have your slinky leg just like a normal leg formation almost, right? And then when you click the button, it releases the hydraulic system that holds up your slinky, and you can slink around.
I like that. I like slinking around for real.
There's certain things that'd be difficult to do, like washing your leg in the shower, like
how do you get in all the folds of the slinky?
All the folds of the slinky. Also, slinky sometimes when you fuck around with it and it gets all fucked.
Yes.
And you have to undo.
You mean
it.
like 5 seconds after I get that leg?
How much does that hurt? How much does that hurt? Do you have bones or cartilage, or what do you have in there?
In a prosthetic?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
No, wait. Oh, hold on. No, you're kind of cooking now. I feel like I like the idea of it being like
chicken bones,
a fleshy chicken bone. Like it's got like, what is the top? Like not the gristle, but like the end of a drumstick, like whatever that is.
Yeah.
Like it's got that all over it.
Exactly.
Like it's real
everywhere.
slimy and gross. Yeah, and it smells really good. Dogs keep trying to lick my leg.
But you got to be kids can and dogs can and cats can't go too near your leg because it's a hazard. Because
it is a hazard.
Their heads could get caught up between your leg.
We'll let heaven
circulation.
sort them out. You know what I'm saying? Because like they shouldn't be there in the first place. Is all I'm saying, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Okay. Hold on. No. Okay. If you had to lose a limb, what would it be? And can I pick the prosthetic?
Can I pick it for you? What would it be? And can I pick it for you?
Why? If you had to lose a limb, why would it be your head?
Yeah. If I could lose a limb, so what would count as a limb? Like, what is like? Does it have to be the full arm or just a hand?
Like most of the arm, like elbow down. Like you still have an elbow. You still have an elbow, so you can a leg. Which one?
I don't really have a preference.
Okay, cool. So your right leg.
Sure.
That's your kicking leg, which
I'm ambidextrous.
Okay, well that's your kicking leg.
Okay.
I've made it that way. So I think Mitch, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you look up the phrase jamón ibérico? We're gonna act like this is how you spell this.
Simone?
No. Go back.
What are you saying?
Where it says the first one, jamón ibérico.
Okay.
Click that.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
Spanish.
Can you just Can you just like copy just that phrase into Google? Jamón ibérico, like that.
Yeah.
It's into Google Images. All right, that second one there. That's your leg now. And it comes with the wand. And it also comes.
Didn't the devil dude from Cow and Chicken have legs like this?
Yeah. I mean, it's literally just a pig's leg. Jamón ibérico is the nicest ham in the world.
Okay,
it's
yeah, I
they,
could.
they have it's
Oh,
that one right
good.
there with Guga and the other guy that I
Yeah,
can't remember his
yeah.
name.
Shouts Guga. Yeah, this is if I had that, just the ankle part,
It's actually the whole leg. You can't.
I can't bend
there's
my
no need.
knee.
No, you don't need to.
That sucks. You said
But it'd be really tasty.
from knee down, I would consider this. From knee down, I would say yeah.
How
sure.
about
If you told
from
me it's
slightly above the knee down?
That fucking sucks.
Because you gotta like
just slightly
this
above the knee
number.
sucks. It'll
Yeah.
be too short to be a full length leg, and I can't bend it. Sucks.
What if we could make it the size of a full length leg? Like if we could in a laboratory.
But I still can't bend it. Could you? If you could at least give me like the backwards bending of a fucking flamingo or whatever.
Sure, whatever that is, we have that now. You have that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, that sounds uncomfortable. That sitting sounds. How do I sit?
Don't worry about it.
Dude, that means every time I sit, one of my legs is always forwards like this.
Don't worry about it.
It would have to always just be straight.
I didn't ask all these questions about the slinky leg. The slinky leg is also.
You had the option. I asked some questions like showering and things like that. It's not.
Yeah.
I was just as I scrutinized my own choices too. But you got to chill out with these goddamn.
All I'm saying is but like, dude,
Oh.
think about it. In a survival situation, these things age pretty well. Survival situation, you're stuck. All you got to do is shave off a little piece of that. Oh, you got a good meal, bro.
Yeah, not you, the other person.
No, you could eat it.
Yeah, but you're not gonna have a good meal because you're losing more than you're gaining in terms of energy transfer.
Not really, because
Yeah,
you
you
don't
are.
feel it on your leg.
Oh, I keep forgetting you're not feeling it. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
because it's just a piece of Hamon Iberico.
I keep in my head, canon, it gets connected to wired to my nervous system.
I mean, if that's the case, then yes, you're right.
But maybe I'll turn off that part so I could just
Yeah, I like it better that you don't feel it.
yeah, me too, actually.
Yeah,
But then you're more
especially because
careless.
every dog that you see from now on is going to try to kill you for that leg.
Yeah.
So, might be for the best. It's basically like like back in like Attitude Era WWF, like when you had the hardcore championship, you could get pinned at any time. So you're constantly like in bed, people could like pin you while you're sleeping, and then like you get the title. It's basically that, but with things trying to get you. Like you have that going on now. So
Yeah.
every wilderness trip becomes like the hardcore championship. You just trying to defend it at all times.
Dude, slinky leg. We go swimming. We go diving.
Mm-hmm.
We go up.
Which we do a lot. We go diving a lot together, you and I.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. This is so beautiful here. Wow. This world. Wow. Bill, look around. Oh, fuck. Oh, we got out of surface. We're almost out of air. We have plenty enough to like surface though, Let's get going. I look down. Where's Bill? And you're still down there. You're like, pulling your leg. Your slanky leg stuck over like 100 different corals.
Yeah.
I'm in a position. I'm there. I'm like. So, I knock you out so that you're like not panicking, right?
I use less oxygen too when I'm knocked out.
Yeah, yeah. So that you're not, your breathing is more settled, so you're breathing less.
Yes, you knocked me out.
I knock you out. I'm like, I'm gonna have to cut you from your chest down.
Why the chest down? We couldn't just take the leg, the fake leg, the chicken bone leg. We couldn't just do that number.
We gotta preserve the top half of his body.
You're right.
This is what he would have wanted. We don't have time. I don't have time for logic. I'm underwater. Air's running out. Time. I'm scared, to lose my friend. Yeah. I mean, I guess I could cut. Oh, but okay. I'll cut the slinky, but you forgot. You kept your slinky turned on to your nervous system.
Oh no.
So you're gonna wake up feeling like all that missing slanky gonna hit you all at once.
I'm having phantom pains from my slinky.
Yeah, you're like doing this whole thing. I'm like, what are you doing? You're like, it feels like my leg is all mixed up. And I'm like, no, it's a phantom leg.
Can I give you a counter scenario?
Yes.
Okay, so the same scenario happens where my leg gets caught, right? My slinky leg gets caught, and I'm just like, help me, I'm doing that. That was pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you come down and you're like in an act of courage. You're like, I'll get him out. And you're going from, like, you're pretty far away and you're like getting it all out and you're getting it mostly out, right? And it comes close to me. Then I look over and I see behind you a school of 400 barracudas that are hungry for that jamon iberico. And I'm like,
a school?
Yes, a school of barracudas.
Educated ass barracudas.
Yeah. They all got doctorates and shit. And so there's 400 barracudas and sharks. Sharks there too. They're hungry and they're not as learned, but they're there. Okay. And then I look up and I see them and I'm like, we gotta watch out. And then you're like, and you're just like, kind of like, hey, I don't know what's going on, you know? I look back and a great white is about to, it's like this, like here's your jamon iberico leg, and it's just like right here. It's close, you know, in slow motion for some reason. And then as soon as you do, like you free the last bit of my leg, and I whip around it and strangle the shark with my leg.
Oh, shit.
Okay? It's very violent for a creature that just wants a bite. Okay? Take it out. I whip it away, and I'm just scaring all the barracudas away and shit.
No. For the barracudas, the other part of your leg that's cut off, I pull out my pocket butcher knife, right? Chop it up into millions of tiny little, like, because it's so much slinky, and I send a whirlpool towards the barracudas. Now they're all fed. The whole school, they're all like, oh, hell yeah. They're having school lunch.
Yeah.
With the shark.
But then, because you chopped off the usable part of my slinky leg, then you're just like eaten by 12 sharks.
No. That's halfway. The other half, you still have much slinky on your leg, fella. And so with that one, you whip it around the shark's neck and break the shark's neck. Can you break a shark's neck? Does a shark have a neck?
They have no bones.
It's all neck. The whole shark it's all cartilage.
Pure neck. Like it's like head, neck, all the way down, you know?
Yeah. The difference between a shark and a whale, besides the fact one's a mammal and the other's a fish, is that one has bones, the other has cartilage, right?
Yeah. Right. It's like it's basically just like your nose the entire way, you know?
Yeah.
I learned that
break its
from
neck.
zoo books.
Can someone draw a picture of Bill breaking a shark's neck with his slinky leg while I'm chopping up the other half of his slinky leg to be fed to the school of barracudas and sharks nearby?
This is the artist challenge right now. I want to retweet this with no context, and people be like, "What the fuck is happening here?" You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically, I lose a little bit of leg. Also, a barracuda gets like a tiny little nibble on your jamon iberico leg. It's they feed the pigs acorns. That's why it tastes so damn good.
But
anyway,
we're alive at the end of the day.
But we're alive, and we got through it together. Best friends, holding hands as we kind of like limp back off of shore, you know?
Yeah, we crawl actually back occasionally, like fist bumping, like, hey, we did that.
Also, while we're crawling, we get run over like 3 times.
But we live.
Yeah, we live.
We live.
Mostly.
We're changed men by the time we get to the hospital, but we're still alive.
I have an eye patch for some reason.
Yeah.
After we leave. Yeah, it's like that type shit. It's that type shit.
What would I have? Because I like eye patch. That's cool. I would love
a bandana.
Bandana. I just have a bandana.
Just like a bandana.
Bandana over my head. Yeah.
Yeah, you picked it up at the local Stuckies. You just liked it.
Yeah. I clearly wiped blood with it at one point. Yeah.
Well, it's like Bardock, like that kind of vibe.
I think it's Fortnite time. What do you think?
Fortnite.
Yeah. Let's go play some Fortnite. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, as per usual. Bill, why don't you? I always say thank you and all these things and goodbyes and everything. I always take the spotlight away from you.
You're right.
Why don't you do it?
I'll do it. It's my chance. Okay, don't fuck this up. Mitch, don't leave this in, okay? Don't fuck this up. See you guys later. Thanks for coming.
The following is a preview of this week's Patreon exclusive episode. Available now over on the Void FM podcast Patreon.
I'm doing the Mewtwo pussy grabbing hand.
Yeah, it sucks. Oh man, really? The teabag? Everything okay?
Yeah,
What's
when you
up?
see those footprints, I mean there's someone nearby.
I fucking hate you.